host of Quantumania, how Kang stole the 10 rings, explained. See new Roxas has to say about this and check this out.
Welcome back to New Rockstars, and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is a movie of many rings. The rings Kang made outside of his base of operations, and the boxing ring he made inside of his base of operations when he stomped on Scott Lang's face repeatedly. It was great, but also quite sad. But what if I told you that the most important rings of all is the movie's connection to the 10 rings from Shang-Chi? This is Rogue Theory, the show where we pitch the wildest theories for the nerdy titles that we love. My name is MT, and going rogue with me today is the Quantum to my mania. It's Jessica Clement. What's going on, Jessica?
Oh, that was sweet. That was cute. Thank you.
That was cute.
No problem. I'm the cutest man in the world. Just kidding. And it's the only person who I drink mysterious alien goo with on a Saturday night. It's Whitney Van Lanningham. What's going on, Whitney?
Oh, hell yeah, baby. Let's play Ooze Pong next time.
Yes.
Let's destroy everyone at Ooze Pong.
You said Ooze Pong. Oh my god, that'd be so much fun.
We do it. For those of you who may not have seen on Twitter, the last time MT was in town, he and I dominated and crushed everyone in the office at ping pong, or beer pong, and it was incredible. And I think that we should make
Whitney sunk the winning shot, and it was something out of a movie. It was amazing. I was like, wow, this is incredible.
It was so fun.
We're all drunk off of White Claw. Just kidding. And we picked him up from the quantum realm ourselves, our lovely friend DJ Woodridge. What's going on, my friend?
Thank you for saving me from the quantum realm.
No problem, Kang.
You're welcome.
Kang was like, yo, this book that DJ wrote is amazing. I need to keep him here. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Please tell everyone about your Hellbent comic, DJ, because
oh my goodness, please and thank you. Yes, go over to hellbentcomicbook.com. There's probably a link in the description. You could just go to hellbentcomicbook.com, or you could go to Kickstarter. That's where the book is, and type in Hellbent 3, and that should take you to the third and final volume of my comic series, Hellbent. It's a supernatural thriller in the vein of, like, if you're a fan of Something is Killing the Children, or Preacher, or Sandman, Hellbent is the comic for you. And if you're new to Hellbent, I know I've been on the show before talking about it, and I know your lovely fans have supported it, and I thank them so much. But if you have not supported it so far, fear not. You can get all 3 volumes in one go. I think there's 136 pages of story, beginning, middle, and end. The whole shebang, one go. Please go over there. We just hit our 2nd stretch goal. We're working on our 3rd, which is some nice updated cover stock. We're at the point now, we're trying to make this comic as good, get you as good a product as possible. I know I've got volumes 1 and 2 over here. I know you can't feel it because you're in internet land, but if you could feel this cover, ooh baby.
Oh, I can feel like the way it shines in the light, and I kind of do want to touch it so bad.
It feels so nice, and we're just trying to get that nice, sexy cover stock for volume 3 as well.
Oh yeah, I'm a slut for good cover stock, baby.
Oh yeah, so go over to hellbentcomicbook.com. And go support it, please, and thank you.
Yes, please. Hellbentcomicbook.com, everybody. Thank you, DJ.
Hell yeah, Hellbent, let's go.
I love dope comic books. I love comic books made by really fun people. So it's gonna be a good
cool. We're like friends with someone who made a comic.
Right?
Yeah.
Bro, I usually have to go to a con to meet a comic book creator. And here they are, coming to me. So thank you,
cool.
DJ.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
But yeah, this is our first topic of the day. I believe that it is possible that Kang stole the 10 rings from a multiversal Wenwu. And here's why I think this, because we all know that Kang is a multiversal conqueror who has fought and killed Avengers before. Like he said, yeah, I've done the whole Avengers fighting thing, and whatever, I killed them all. It was no big deal. I just do this. This is my Tuesday. But then when all the Avengers die, then who else is going to defend the planet but one of the oldest people on the planet, Wenwu, the warrior who, would eventually face Kang and lose, even though he has this amazing alien ring technology. He's not from the future. He's from the distant past. And he's doing some past things that Kang has probably seen before on his DVDs. And I believe that Kang stole his ring's technology to make a new power source to traverse the multiverse. Because as we saw in Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, when Shang-Chi does that weird Kamehameha wave thingy, it's the rings spin around, sort of like that machine that we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. So I think that there's a chance here that we could have seen Kang fight Wenwu, win, a wing from Wenwu, and then take the rings from Wenwu and and use the rings to power his machine. What do you guys think about this?
When would he have done this?
Nice. I'm a sucker for a good pun, and like that was a good one.
That's not even a real question I have. I just wanted to say it.
But I do think a compelling aspect of that question, Whitney, is I am kind of bummed that as of yet, they haven't really taken advantage of the time travel aspect of Kang in the sense that, like, at the point, I don't know about you all, when I was sitting in Ant-Man, I was like, how did he end up in the quantum realm? And I thought it'd be so cool if it's actually post-Kang Dynasty. Like, the events of Kang Dynasty end up sending him back into the quantum realm, and so it's functionally a time loop. And then they did. It's like, oh, no, the other things did. I'm like, all right. But it'd be interesting if perhaps, if we stick with this theory that he got the rings, that perhaps if we get a Shang-Chi 2 prior to King Dynasty, if that leads into him getting it. Listen, theoretically, it'd be interesting. In actuality, I don't know that the MCU does the best with some of these bigger cosmic stuff, like dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. So I don't know that it will work. But in theory, it'd be cool if something happened in a later movie in the future that informs stuff Kang did in the past. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really dope and very satisfying.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could potentially happen because like we're dealing with a lot of weird time travel stuff. We're in the era of time travel in the multiverse, and like I feel like the MCU could set up stuff in the past that could pay off in the future in some weird like time thing. I'm a big fan of I don't know if you guys watch Doctor Who. You guys watch Doctor Who?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I get the whole river song aspect.
I sadly don't, but my brother is obsessed with it, and so I know most things about it, but I haven't gotten into it, and at this point I'm like, there's so much, where would I start?
Yeah. Actually, I think a great place, anytime there's a new Doctor, great time to start. I suggest to people the 11th Hour, which was the Matt Smith's first one. It's such a good, like, hey, here's basically everything you need to know in one episode.
Yes.
And it's just a great intro into the whole thing.
Matt Smith is the best, but the 8th is my favorite. The 8th will always be my favorite Doctor, but I love Matt Smith. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because that's where I started when I was young and I was sexually attracted to him. But Matt Smith was really good. That was honestly probably my favorite version of Doctor Who. It's just 8 was where I started.
Yeah, and I like Capaldi a lot because I love me an old cranky Doctor.
Yes. Oh my God, Matt Smith was my favorite Doctor, and then Capaldi came and like freaking stole my entire soul. Like, you are the Doctor.
But yeah, that's kind of what made me think about this. Is Moffat loved doing that, like seeding, like the whole River song. Like their first meeting is actually their last meeting. That stuff.
I love doing I love stuff like that, and I feel like like we saw a piece of that. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with the Obelisk, because we saw when we first meet the tentacle monster in Guardians 2, it has a cut on its neck. And I think he's going to get that cut in Guardians 3 and some time travel shenanigans. Well, I'm putting a rogue theory inside of another rogue theory.
That is a double rogue theory.
It's a nesting doll of rogue theories.
I'm honestly, that's honestly a video I'm going to be working on sometime in the future. But yes, but yeah, I feel like the MCU has that type of mindset. And I would love to see some like weird time thing where like it set up something in the past in the events of the movie, but like I would love stuff like that. But what do you ladies think about this theory of the Wenwu's rings being adapted into this technology?
I really like it. I guess my problem with it, which is not a problem, it's that, which could potentially be true after seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I guess I'm like, why would Kang the Conqueror come to a different timeline and destroy this human? Because Wenwu is just like a basic guy without the 10 rings. So it's like, why show up to this planet Earth when you have access to every timeline, every universe, every planet, and take the rings from this guy?
This is true.
Beat up this poor man just for his items. Seems kind of crazy.
Listen, that that was Thanos' whole bag. He just went planet to planet and beat up people for their gems.
But he needed the rings to do the actual act, where Kang doesn't need these rings to do anything. Unless he was originally the person that created the rings and they got lost and went to Wenwu, then that makes sense. He's getting them back. But I'm like, I feel like you could get the equivalent of these rings somewhere else on a different planet. But I think it is. I think you're true. I'm wondering why Wenwu. Keep going. Sorry.
No. I like this question. It's a very good question, and I think this harkens back to. I was actually reading Kang's origin comic. I forget which comic it was, and it basically was like, yeah, Kang really was obsessed with like he was bored with living in this futuristic society, and he was obsessed with like looking at the figures of the past. And I think that one of those past figures that he could have been obsessed with meeting is Wenwu. Like this dude has been like a major figure in human history for such a long time, and there's probably even timelines where like he lived. He didn't die at the event of Shang-Chi, and like he just lived for a very long time, and like maybe like he's just a very old person. But yeah, I think that maybe Shang-Chi's like, hey, this is this iconic figure. He has this iconic 10 rings, and like maybe these 10 rings could be used to amp up my technology, because he's all about like learning more about upping his technology game, as we learned from when he met all the Kangs and they learned from each other. So I don't know. I feel like it could happen, but it is weird to be like, yeah, I'm from the future. Let's go to this get this old ass technology from this old man.
Or just let's beat up this old man. Let's jump this old man for his rings.
Okay, but like here's how that could happen, right?
Yeah.
You could have a similar thing that happened in Quantumania, where maybe he came to Earth and he got stuck or something, or like he was stuck somewhere and he needs the 10 rings to fuel something to get back home, and like that's the closest technology to what he needs for his return.
I like that. I really like that. Because like Kang does get stranded from time to time. Like Mr. Griffin is a perfect example. The Mr. Griffin variant of Kang. He's like, I'm stuck here. Might as well become a businessman and mess with people's lives. And to try to get out. And so yeah, I can see him like being stuck at some point during Wenwu's reign and just being like, you know what, I'll take those because that's the highest piece of technology I can find right now.
Yeah, because even if it's technically like shittier, older technology than what he's used to, it could be like the closest thing to what he needs. Yes. And then that's why he's getting them. That's how that could work.
I think that could work. That could work. I like that. That could work. I'm going to give you like a bonus Rogus for me. For my imaginary pocket in my sweater, my Quantumania sweater that has no pockets. Here it has a big pocket underneath. So yeah, I guess we can just vote on this. Like, what do you guys think of this theory of Kang potentially stealing these rings from Wenwu at some point in human history, and just adapting them and carving these weird symbols on them and just saying, yeah, this is mine. It wasn't Wenwu's, this is mine. Totally my technology. I'm so smart.
I'm giving this a Rogus because Marvel villains love jewelry, baby. Yes. They all love it. Thanos and his little gems, the 10 rings. Kang could be into the bracelet aspect of them. Let's just give the villains their jewelry.
We're gonna have jewelry forever. Like we got the quantum bands. We got it's all jewelry. Yeah. I would love if they said that like all this jewelry belonged to one person. It's like, I just dripped out at all times. The Beyonder comes out and like, oh, it's my stuff. Yeah. What do you think, DJ? Do you think this theory is Rogus, bogus, or Ogus?
I'm gonna say, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I do.
Speak the truth.
I'm gonna say bogus, just because for this theory to work, it would require them to already know the origin of the rings, and I don't think. I got the strong impression Shang-Chi was like, well, we're just going to kick this can down the road until we can figure out where this rings came from. It would require a little bit of future planning which is not the impression I've gotten from the most recent movies.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, that's fair. All right. So one Rogus, one bogus. What you think, Jessica?
I think I'm in the middle. I think it's an Ogus because I think. I had one theory where I also said that the rings came from Kang, but I said that Kang created the rings, and that's why he's getting them back. Yeah. And not
you said the rings came from Kang?
Yeah, so I think he's the second people that were on the planet in the comics on the ship that crashed. he got sucked out, the ring stayed on his ship, and they were able to take it. I think there is a Kang that did it. I think there is a Kang that's dumb enough to have done that.
Dumb Kang. Can you imagine being the dumbest of all the Kangs?
Well, everyone in the break room thinks this is the dumb Kang. This is Kang the Conqueror is the dumb Kang. It's too easy for him to get trapped into everything.
Oh yeah, I remember Brandon called him Simple Kang to me once, and I thought that was great.
Everyone in the break room thinks this is the dumb one.
The one in Quantumania is the dumb one. Yeah, I buy that. I buy that because he's like, I have amazing technology that I can move people with my mind, but I'm not going to use it in the final fight.
I know they're going to use it.
Yeah, I'm just going with August. Yeah.
Okay, no, I will collect all of these like Thanos and the Infinity Stones. I will collect each one. A Rogus, a Bogus, and an Ogus. Now I snap my fingers, and the depression remains. Just kidding. All right, but now it is. Thank you guys.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that. But thank you guys. I love all these answers. But up next, Jess has an amazing rogue theory about Quantumania that I cannot wait to hear. But first, be sure to check out nerdriot.shop, where you can always grab the latest and greatest new Rockstars gear. Right now, our Quantumania inspired merch is 15% off through the end of the month. That's right, we threw some pin particles at that merch and shrunk the price. They didn't think it could be done, but we got the science. We made it happen. So grab it before it's lost in the quantum realm forever. Also, our brand new Mandalorian-inspired merch is dropping on the channel this week, like a chunk of Beskar into the Armorer's Forge. And we're bringing back our shout-outs for our Mandalorian gear. So when you pick up a piece of Mandalorian-inspired merch, you unlock the opportunity to get a custom shout-out that will appear on WikiLeaks, our Mandalorian aftershow. So support the channel and check out all of our great merch options over at nerdriot.shop. And guys, if you have always wanted to submit one of your rogue theories, we're going to try something new here on the show. I'm going to be your rogue theory lawyer. If you use the hashtag rogue theory and you submit your theory,
cool.
I will act as your lawyer and defend your theory before our magnificent panel of judges.
I love that.
And you guys will vote on their theory, and I will try my darndest to back them up. So yes, use the hashtag rogue theory on Twitter.
That is so cool because people DM me theories all the time.
Yes.
And I'm always like, I can't say your theory because then I'd be stealing your theory, so I'm not going to say it. But this is like the perfect way to get to like say all the cool theories that people message us. Oh, hell yeah, I love this.
So I feel like we're a great place to talk about them.
Dude, hell yeah, this is great.
Tweet your theories using the hashtag rogue theory. You can tweet them at New Rockstars as well. And yeah. It'll be fun to get you guys theories on the show. But anyway, this leads us to our second topic for today, which the lovely Jessica Clemens will take over right now. Take it away, Jessica.
Thank you for the segue. Mine is very brainy, and I didn't write it down, so we're gonna have to walk it through it.
That's exactly what I like to hear, baby.
That's what I do all the time.
So essentially, I think, a lot of people think that Kang the Conqueror isn't dead after Quantumania. He got sucked into the energy core, but we don't know what happened within or outside. Well, we know what happened outside the energy core, but we don't know what happened within the energy core. And I think because time doesn't matter, logic doesn't matter, nothing matters when it comes to time, place, space, whatever in the MCU now. I think that once Kang the Conqueror went into the energy core, he is going to stay there for God knows how long because it's outside of time and space and create Immortus's Limbo. And I think he's going to become Limbo. And he was sent to the quantum realm by Immortus, who is going to be the head of the Kang Council, just so he can make sure that all of these things happen to a T, step by step, for him to become his ultimate self. So when we see Immortus at the end, post-credit scene, that's going to be that's our ultimate Immortus. But he had to get Kang the Conqueror, his younger self, to go into the energy core and become Limbo in the energy core. Once you're in, I believe this only because I'm like, this happened before in the comics with the Pharaoh Rama Tut. Once he went into Limbo, he saw every outcome to every variant version of himself, and he took the one that he wanted to become. So once he got out of the energy core, he became, I think, the Scarlet Centurion, or he might have become Immortus himself. But he was able to see every possible outcome. So once he was sent Kang the Conqueror into the energy core. He's going to create Limbo himself, and he's going to be able to see every one of his variant outcomes and become the full ultimate Immortus, which we see at the post-credit scene.
Interesting.
That is
so
my
like,
theory.
Immortus is the one with the snake voice
Yes.
at the end? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, with the big hat and the snake voice.
Yeah, purple hat, snake voice.
Snake voice, yeah.
Yes.
Snake voice.
Right.
Purple hat snake voice Kang.
I wish I
Snake
was
voice. Not to be confused with Lizard King, but Snake voice King. Two very different. I know they seem the same. Two very different characters. Yeah, I really want to believe that Limbo exists within the quantum realm and a different version in the quantum realm since it's outside of space and time. So why couldn't it be the inside of the energy core itself? And that always
Right.
existing within the quantum realm and only Kang can enter it.
I really like this idea of Kang creating Limbo, or like, Scott creating Limbo with his weird actions, and Kang taking it over and like slowly becoming Immortus, because like it would be I like a good origin story, a secret origin story. It's like, that was secretly me, and like I'm in charge. I like this idea a lot.
Thank you.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, so what if Kang is like a little piece of pepperoni, and
There you
then
go.
the core is a hot pocket, and then the hot pocket is wrapped in the cheese, which is the quantum realm, and then you can put it on a sandwich, and that's our reality. Boom! I'm hungry. That's how I'm choosing to
Once
eat
you got to the cheese part, I got very confused. It was a hot pocket roll.
Delicious.
Outside is cold and the inside's real hot, and then
so hot, so spicy.
I think there's an analogy for the quantum realm that is definitely a hot pocket. It works. Because if you put like a hot pocket in a hot pocket, if you put a hot pocket in a calzone, that would be
Hot pocket in a calzone. That's way better than what I said. Yes, Jess. This is why I fucking need you, because you are so goddamn smart. Yes.
I feed everyone's munchie theory.
we gotta get my companion back in. Here's Luis, and he can crack the hot pocket metaphor for
Yes.
Limbo
Oh,
Kang.
he could crack it better than any of
He can
us.
connect hot pockets to quantum science. He can be done.
As a component of this theory is that the Kang from this move, this is not the last we've seen of this Kang. Which feels like it's supposed to be Kang Prime, technically, right? This is supposed to be, everyone else has a different, like Immortus, he remains, whatever. This is the Kang of Kangs, no?
I think Immortus is gonna be the Kang of Kangs.
The Kang of Kangs.
Only because there's so many that we saw. Once you saw that post-credit scene and they only focused on 3, I was like, okay, how many can they get through between now and Kang Dynasty? And so I think they're just gonna stick with those 3 as being the like leader of the actual Kangs. We're never gonna get higher than that.
The 3 Kangs make out a tear, creates a tear in space. Yeah.
And then the veil opens up. We go into Miss Marvel.
Yeah. There it is. It all connects, baby. It all connects.
The veil only opens once the Kangs have sex with each other. Hear me out.
Yeah.
It makes
yeah.
sense.
That definitely happened at one point. Let's be real. He's a narcissist. But anyway.
Yeah, there's no way there wasn't a Kang bang somewhere along
total
the line.
Kang bang.
Total
They
Kang
absolutely
bang.
hooked up with each
I'd
other.
do it. If there was many Whitneys throughout time, I would fuck every version of myself. I'd be like, alligator Whitney, yes. Lizard Whitney, yes.
Lizard Whitney? Absolutely. Snake voice Whitney? I don't know.
Snake voice, purple hat Whitney,
Nah.
Baskin Robbins Whitney,
Free ice cream?
Yo, if it was a Baskin Robbins version of myself, I would do whatever it takes to get free ice cream.
Absolutely.
I can really like hardcore identify with Ant-Man because my very first job ever was at Haagen-Dazs at the mall. And I got fired because I gave out too many free samples. I was not aware that there was a limit.
There's always a limit on samples.
There's apparently a limit of free samples, and it was my best friend's 18th birthday, so I gave her 18 free samples. And they were like, Whitney, you gotta go.
It's like,
Ice cream.
Yeah, so Scott Lang and I both have this in common, that we got fired from an ice cream place.
You made it sound like you were just giving samples to too many individual people.
Right? It's like my one friend.
But I also did that for like children, because like if kids were like, can I try this one, I'd give them like 7, because I'm not gonna turn down like a cute little kid who just wants ice cream. Like, so yeah, they were like, Whitney, this is the final straw. You've been giving out too many free samples and ate.
Mr. Haagen-Dazs came down himself. He's like, what the f*** are you doing? Give me ice cream.
And of course, I think what we're discussing here is that it's like Kang in Limbo got all of the free samples, and then he became Immortus, is what we're saying.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes, exactly.
That's how he becomes immortal.
Here's my problem with that theory. That tells me that we're going to build to the Avengers fighting Snake Voice Kang, and I don't want that. I don't want to spend any more time with Snake Voice Kang than we have to.
We were like, I don't think I want to spend time with any of them except for Ramatut. But I don't like that he had the most, not only did he have the most lines, he was the one that started the line that was like, they're coming to us, we have to defeat them first. So it's like, and he stood in the front in the triangle, so I was like, damn, Immortus is the leader of the council.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Kang got sucked into the core, okay. And then they showed all the Kangs, and I was like, boo, no thanks. No thank you. Maybe Kang was a mistake. I'm sorry, everybody. But let's roll back on Kang a little bit.
I like this idea of this very raspy voice Kang being the leader, because like the sound system at that place must be really great. Because like he's just be like, hey, hello everyone, it's time to what? It's time to. What are you saying? It's time to get the attack. We can't hear you, bro. Like I don't know how this is going to work.
He'll probably talk the least during the actual movies.
Okay, hold on. How about this? Okay, we get Kang Dynasty opens up, and Immortus walks in, and then suddenly it's like he's choking on something, and then Kang Prime claws his way out of Immortus. Like pulls, like he's been hiding inside Immortus. Like out of the just pulls him out. It's like, it was me the whole time.
I was in the whole time.
Yeah, I'm normal voice Kang. Yeah, that's the reason your voice was so raspy, because I was hiding in there.
I was stuck in your throat, and now I can talk normal.
Now I can talk normally.
Y'all are being so mean to Jonathan Majors. We worked so hard to do that stupid voice.
I personally like the voice a lot, and I think it's supposed to harken back to like there was one time in the Marvel comics where Immortus pretended to be this person called the Whisperer, and I think that's probably what he probably took inspiration from, this Whisperer persona of Immortus. So I don't know. That's just a weird thought that I had.
Okay, if the Whisper Kang doesn't cover the Whisper song by the Yin Yang Twins, I will riot.
Every time they arrive at a new universe and they fight the Avengers, like, how you doing now?
No, none of that.
But anyway, let's vote on this theory. I like this theory a lot of Kang eventually becoming Immortus. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's Rogus, Bogus, or Ogus? I think that I want to give this an Ogus because, like, I think that it could be possible, and I like it a lot. But I think that Kang hates Immortus so much, especially in the comics, and like he's so vengeful at these Council of Kangs that I don't think that he'd become the man that he hates. But I think that it'd be really fun. This is true. Yeah. This is true. We all become different people.
So does Iron Lad, technically, so it's like...
Yeah, so does Iron Lad. That's also what I was thinking about.
Amazing point. You know what? You got me.
No,
I'm going to change it from Ogus to Rogus.
No.
That was a great point. I like it.
Keep it.
Okay, I'll keep it Ogus.
There's one Ogus. Got it. We stick to our guns after they draw.
What do you think, DJ?
I think I'm gonna go with an Ogus as well because I like it. It'd be cool, but again, like the similar theory, it requires a level of planning ahead that I'm not convinced is happening. So I'm gonna keep it as Ogus.
That's the most humble thing for the MCU to hear. To be honest, if anybody was watching this podcast, that would probably be like, "Damn, that man's right."
Yeah, that would hit him like where?
Yeah, well, because it's like Kang and He Who Remains have the same goal. It's the same, but they're not the same person. Anyway, whatever. Listen. I had issues with Quantumania. I had issues with the movie.
No, you didn't. You did. You did.
They showed that Janet had pin particles the whole time. Why didn't she just escape? Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't think the internal logic of that movie holds up. Sorry. Anyway, Whitney, what were your thoughts? Rogus for Rogus.
I'm voting it Rogus because I too can relate to hating the man I've become. And I think that that's just entirely possible. And I was also going to say the Iron Lad thing too, because like that guy became the Kang, you know? So I totally think this is possible. I'm Rogusing it.
I like how you said, I hate the man I've become. You're the most beautiful man I've ever seen, Whitney.
Thank you.
But now, I like this. All right, first of all, great theories, great voting, everybody. I like this theory a lot, Jessica. You are very rogue. You are the rogue queen. And you, like I said, you are the quantum to my mania. So that's why, because you be roguish all day. But now it's time for our rogue question. You guys ready for this one? Because the world was shocked to learn recently that there are plans for an I Am Legend sequel more than 15 years after that film's original release. For today's rogue question, what long-forgotten film would you like to see finally get its sequel?
You know what? Mine's really dumb, and it's only because I was thinking about this movie recently, because I really like this movie. Have you seen Once Bitten, the Jim Carrey vampire movie that came out in the 80s? It's a very fun movie where he's a virgin and he gets taken by a vampire lady because she needs only virgin males, and it's him and his girlfriend's race to have sex before so they don't get taken. But it's very funny, it's very comical, and I just want to see it done today. And the sequel, if she survived and she's been doing this for centuries, get another one. Keep killing these boys. Go crazy. So I love that. Go watch the movie. It's funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie because I only watch movies I can relate to, and
sorry.
I can't relate to virgins. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Oh no, I never mind. All right, here we go. What do you guys got?
Okay, I want to see a sequel to the 90s rom-com Bedazzled, starring Elizabeth Hurley and Brendan Fraser, where Brendan Fraser sells his soul to the devil, who is Elizabeth Hurley, and gets himself into shenanigans. We're in the middle of the Brendan-sance, baby. Brendan Fraser's coming back, and I think that this would be a perfect sequel. I want to see it. I want to see him sell his soul to Satan again. I think it'd be great.
Everyone loves a good Brendan Fraser with the soul.
Bring my boy in anything. I don't care. I don't care what he could play. I was about to say he could play Indiana Jones, and I was like, wait, I really like Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. What is
Okay, hold on, Whitney. How about this? It's a sequel to Bedazzled, but it's actually following Brendan Fraser in real life, and that's how he's getting his renaissance. He sells his soul to. He's no longer.
That's how he's getting his renaissance, is because he sold his soul to the devil, and now he's in everything, and the world loves him, and it's perfect.
And then the devil still looks like Elizabeth Hurley because the devil saw the movie and was like, oh yes, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, why not? Of course, why wouldn't I? If that was an option, of course.
Why wouldn't I? If that's an option, if it's an option to look like Liz Hurley.
Why not?
You know what? I like all of these ideas.
So, prior to us going on air, somebody mentioned Rocketeer. Great choice. But, great choice.
Yeah.
But that dislodged from my brain. I would like to see a sequel to The Phantom. Billy Zane starring The Phantom. I love that movie as a kid. That's a good one.
Yes.
I would love it. And also, it lends itself, because it's supposed to be like a generational thing. Like Billy Zane could be training the next The Phantom to save. And the more, I think that movie was set in the 30s, so you could set this one in like 60s, 70s, something like that. That would be my choice.
Let's do it.
I want to give you the Rogue Question Trophy of the day because that is a very original. I like that one, The Phantom. So I'm going to give you the Rogue Trophy.
You can only
if
watch
want to see
Phantom on
Phantom 2.
Stars, and I don't have a Star subscription.
Boo! Bring it to every streaming platform.
Stars is, I think, also like Party Down is coming back to Stars, and I was like, man, am I gonna have to get Stars to watch
Yes.
Party Down? I love Party Down.
Dude, I can't believe that I have to get Stars to watch friggin' Party Down. I love that show, and I'm mad.
Party Down in the Phantom.
Yes, Party Down in the Phantom. Here I come,
That's
baby.
what they say. That's a long line. We got Party Down in the Phantom.
Subscribe to Stars. We have Party Down in the
Phantom.
Phantom.
And then like all
That's their entire advertisement pitch.
all the A24 movies are like on Showtime or something. It's like I don't want to have to get another.
What? I'm not getting those. There's nothing else on those channels I watch.
Man, but if I was gonna answer this question, I would probably do Matilda 2, because I just want to see what the ramifications of having this little girl with powers are to the world.
Wasn't there a Matilda 2?
Is there a Matilda 2? Matilda?
Wait, am I thinking of
Matilda?
that's the girl that has the power to make things levitate, right?
Yeah, but she reads books really good, and then she's like, I could remove things from mine. And then my dad's gonna sell bad cars, and that's Matilda. And I'm chased by my principal. Anyway, that's it.
I'm chased by my principal. I was thinking of the little French girl that walks in twos. She has a little yellow coat.
Madeline?
Madeline?
Yeah, I was thinking Madeline.
Yeah, there is a Madeline too. You're right. There is.
That is it for this episode of Rogue Theory. Thanks to our amazing guests, Jessica Clemens, Whitney Van Lenningham, and DJ Wooldridge. Support our channel by checking out all of our awesome merch over at newrockstarsmerch.com. Head on over to hellbentcomic.com. Was that right?
Yeah, hellbentcomicbook.com. Yes.
hellbentcomicbook.com to check out the Hellbent comic written by this amazing man. You can buy all three volumes over at that website, so check that out right now. Follow me at Measuretainment, follow New Rockstars on all social platforms, and be sure to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, and also subscribe to The Deep Dive, which is our amazing new channel as well. See you guys next time. We love you guys so much. Be safe, and bye.
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 Subscribe, like this video. Great day.